Phone where we've got Gary Miller on the line, the head coach of the Hayesville Yellow Jackets football team. Coach Miller, thank you so much for your time here on Blitz today.
Brian, thanks so much for taking the time to do this for the boys. This is great.
Oh, I enjoy it, Coach. Now let's talk a little about week 1 and 2 so far this season. You're 1-1. You played Towns County to open up the season. You won that game, and then week 2 against Raven County, you fell on a close one. Talk about those first 2 games.
Well, the Towns County game was a fun way to open. It's a big rivalry game for our boys. They know a lot of the kids over at Towns County, and the kids at Towns know our guys. So, it's a big game for us. It's usually a little bit later in the year, and we had to open with it this year because of some quirks in scheduling. I was, very happy. I think our defense in both games has been doing a pretty good job. Under the direction of the defense coordinator, Kenneth Dockery, I think we're flying around pretty good. I think we're getting after people. We have little mistakes, obviously, that have to be corrected. Everybody does, and we're working on correcting those. And that defense really came through for us in the Towns County game, both games actually. We're starting to get the hang of it here on offense. We need to do better. We need to do more. We'd like to get some more scores, obviously, than we had, especially in that second game against Raven. But we feel like we're making some progress there as well.
Now, Coach, I believe you have 8 seniors on the team. Is that right?
Yes, we do. We're a good bunch of boys. They've been in the program for 3 years since I've been here now, and they're doing a good job. At quarterback, Brack Martin is a senior. He's been starting for 3 years for us, and he's starting to figure out the reads. We put a lot on our quarterback staff to read on almost every play, and he's done a great job. And then another senior's done a good job for us is Ross Miller. He plays tackle on offense and defensive end on defense, and he really does a good job up front for us.
So would it be a fair statement to say that you have a fairly youthful team underneath you? And so working with that, what are some of the positives and negatives that you see with that?
Well, we don't have any 10th graders that are starting on both sides of the ball. All the guys that are two-way starters and single A football, so I'll have a bunch. All the guys that are two-way starters are juniors or seniors, and so our numbers wise, there's not a ton of juniors and seniors, but they're getting the majority of the playing time, and those juniors played a lot last year as 10th graders, so I think we're starting to get closer to the older kind of thing. The numbers, we got a lot of 10th graders on the team, and they're all contributing, but we're really relying on the juniors and seniors. Brack and Ross, I mentioned them. Kyle Bardo, another big player for us. He's a middle linebacker and our left tackle, and he's really done a super job for us for 2 games. Evan Hughes, it's good to have him in the program. He came transferred in a couple years ago, and this is his first year that he's really gotten to get a lot of playing times, a lot of reps. He's done a good job. But Zach Wall is a safety and also getting some quarterback reps. He's really done a great job for us. We're hoping to figure out ways to maybe exploit his speed and athleticism a little more than we are even at this point.
Well, it's good to hear about some of the key playmakers you got this year for the Yellow Jackets. What are your season goals this year as a team that you've established?
Well, every year our goal is to get better this week, and if you can keep improving from week to week to week, by the end you'll have a pretty good representation of what those kids can do. I obviously we'd like to win, but you win by working on specific things. For instance, we have to grow up and develop at the fullback position. We got 2 kids there. Dylan Williams, a big junior that's really big, but he's new to that position. He has to learn all the nuances of that position. So every week he's trying to get better at those little fundamentals at that position. And then the other fullback is a sophomore, Caleb Knuckles, who just moved in here from Swain County, and he again is another kid. We're trying to learn a little bit more every week. That's our goal, to try to improve every week to see how far this particular group can go.
That sounds good, Coach. Now, last question for you. Just kind of get your look in your little crystal ball there and kind of give us your predictions for the end of the year.
Well, it's hard for me to do that. I'm more worried about 1 week to 1 week. That's what we used to do with my other jobs when I was coaching in some of the other places. That's the best way to get to your goals at the end. I think it's probably dangerous to try to look at the end, other than realize, first and foremost, you want to be the very best football team that this group of boys can become. I mean, that is our goal.
Right.
And yeah, we're trying to get to point B way down the road, but we're going to try to do it by working on things every week, every day in practice. There's no, hopefully there's no period even in practice where, the kids or the coaches don't realize, okay, we're doing this drill to improve on this particular aspect of the game, or this one kid's performance. Now, we are getting ready for this particular, opponent. This week it's Copper Basin. But, there are things we try to work on every week to try to reach our fundamental goal of getting to be the best football team we can by the end of October.
That's a good approach, Coach, and hopefully that translates into some wins for you. Coach Miller, thank you again so much for your time that you took out with us to talk with us about Hayesville football, and good luck the rest of the way. We look forward to watching your team this year.
Again, Brian, thanks for everything you do for high school athletics.
I enjoy it. Thanks a lot, Coach.